Thank you for coming. I've got a great class for you. I'll get a great series for you. It's called Keep Your Spine Strong, which is KISS. Keep Your Spine Strong. KISS. And none other than James Hatcher always says, you're only as young as your spine is flexible. So remember that. So I'm going to show you what I mean. What we're going to talk about our spine, the part of our spine we're going to work on today is the T thoracic area, particularly the T3 to T5. So, you've got your cervical spine here, and your first thoracic spine connects to your top rib, starts at your top rib. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way down to then you get to your lumbar down here. So we're going to be working on like T3 through 5, this area right here, if you can see on this skeleton, I hope you can see it, it's all right, which is right between your shoulder blades. It's an area that we don't get to very often because normally, we bend a lot from our lumbar, which we shouldn't. We should be bending more from our upper back. So that's what the series is all about. And these postures that we'll be doing today, they really do help make your whole body feel good. Your whole back feels good. If your back feels good, your body usually feels good, right? All right, let's start with our water breath. Sit up tall, close your eyes, focus on your water breath, your equal inhale and exhale through your nose. Make them long, even, slow, and full. And as you warm up this pranayama, and you do warm up your breathing, maybe you can make each inhalation and exhalation longer. So if you start with maybe 5 beats on the inhale and the exhale, maybe make it 6 beats on the inhale and exhale. If you start with 10, maybe move up to 11. All of you yogis have been practicing this pranayama for a while now, so you're very familiar and you're probably very good at it now, elongating the breath. So water breath is what we need every day, many times a day. Complete the last cycle of your water breath, taking your time, slow, even, long and full. Filling your belly, feel your chest inflate. And then when you bring your breathing back to normal, we'll practice 2 rounds of our Kapalabhati breath, our coffee breath. Coffee breath is the forced exhalation, quick bursts of exhalation. Make sure that you really feel your abdominal muscles contract as you exhale, so it pushes all the oxygen out. This is our breath that helps us get a little stimulated with energy and stimulates our concentration. So ready to take a deep breath in, and we'll do 10, followed by a pause. And then pause. So Kapalabhati breath is opposite of what our normal breathing is. Normally, we actively inhale and don't think about our exhalation. In Kapalabhati, we're actively exhaling and just allowing the breath to come back into our body without thinking about it. Ready? We'll do 10 more. Inhale. And then deep breath in. And please, if you'd like to Om in with me, let's do so. Take a deep breath. Ambalu Satguru Bhagavan Ki. The divine is the inner teacher. Thanks again for being here. So we'll start our spinal warm-up with our 6 spinal movements, but we're going to do them dynamically today, faster than what we normally do. So we'll start with a big inhale, open the arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, exhale back to center. Inhale, exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Bring your hands down. Inhale, right arm, left arm up. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, pull your arm back up and down. Right arm up, bend to the left. Inhale, pull your right arm back down. Left arm up, bend to the right. Inhale, left arm down, right arm up, bend to the left. Bring your arm down. One more time, open in a T. Inhale, exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, forward. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, forward. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, forward. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, forward. Bring your hands down to your knees, and we'll do a seated cat-cow. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, you're going to arch your spine backwards, tuck your tailbone under, tuck your chin, and make a C shape with your back. And then inhale, bring your chest forward and flex or stretch the spine long as you bring your crown of your head up and your tailbone back. And then exhale back into your cat back. Flexing the spine. Inhale to your cow back. Next, you extend your spine. Okay, and then back to neutral. So now we'll do what we call a camel ride with our spine. Change across your legs to the least comfortable position. And we're going to work on right between our shoulder blades. So really concentrate. In fact, all during class today, really concentrate on that area between your shoulder blades. This is called a camel ride. So if you want to watch me briefly, I'll show you how it's going to work. We're going to bring our head, we're going to hold on to our shins and bring our head way low so that this part of our spine is pointing up. And then we're going to keep our spine arched and go backwards. And this part of our spine is now going to point to the back. Okay, so it's going to go from up to back. So that's the camel ride. So start in neutral here. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, you're going to bring your head down as far as you can, tuck your chin and feel your shoulder blades separate on your back as that thoracic area between your shoulder blades points up. And then as you come back up in an inhale, lean back, keep the spine flexed, and think about that, the shoulder blade area pointing to the back. And then come forward again. This is your camel ride to the hump. Keep the chin tucked, keep the spine flexed, and then back again, and just feel what your spine is doing between your shoulder blades. One more time forward, one more time back, and then now sit up straight and extend your head up, shoulders down from your ears, chest forward to neutralize that camel ride that we just did. And then you take a couple of breaths here, belly in. So now you're in your neutral position. Your lumbar is neutral, and chest is forward, shoulders are down. Okay, please come to your table position, patting your knees accordingly. And we'll do the cat-cow in the table version as well. So you'll be feeling the same spinal movement and the same action in between your shoulder blades. First, we're going to grease our hinges. As I call it, take a deep breath with a flat back. Exhale slowly, bring your hips back towards your heels, stretching all your joints. And then inhale slowly back to table. And once more, exhale, bring your bottom back towards your heels. So you're lubricating your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, your hips, your knees. And then inhale back to table. Going into your flat back table, take a deep breath. Exhale, push into your cat back, really paying attention to what your shoulder blades are doing here, and more importantly, the spine between your shoulder blades, your scapula. Inhale, drop your belly down, extend the spine long into the cow. And if you want to get your feet involved in this, as you exhale, push back into cat again, tuck your toes as you come into cat. Push the mat away, feel your spine curl upward, and then inhale as you flatten your feet down on the mat, untuck your toes, coming into the extended spine cow pose. And once more, slowly exhale, tuck your toes, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, untuck the toes, belly comes down, spine stretches long, and then come back to neutral. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, right knee comes up towards your chest, tuck your chin, bring your nose to the knee, feel the flexion in your back right here. Hold this for a breath. And then kick the right leg straight back behind. And then we'll come into our balancing table here, core work. So core strength is essential to protect your back. Engage your belly muscles here. Look at a spot in front of you. Try not to let your neck get kinked up doing this. And then the hand comes down, the knee comes down. Now we're going to do the same leg again. I'm going to give you the option to either hold the balancing table or to grab the ankle into the tiger pose. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, right knee up, nose to knee. Inhale, right leg back, and either lift your left arm forward in the balancing table or swing it behind you and catch your foot and then push the foot into your hand so you're opening up your left shoulder. Couple of breaths here. And then release. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left knee to your chest, nose to knee. Inhale, left leg straight back behind. And then right arm comes up. Balancing table. Several breaths here. Engage your core muscles. And hand comes down, knee comes down. Same thing, or we'll do the tiger on this side. Take a deep breath. Exhale, left knee comes, tuck your chin, nose to knee. Hold this for a breath or two. And then inhale as you kick your leg back behind you and either balance the table or grab the ankle into the tiger pose, opening up the right shoulder, kicking the foot into the hand. And release, bring the foot down in. And come all the way, please, down onto your bellies. Taking your hands wide and spread your legs so that they're wide too. So they're wider than your hips. Your legs are in a V shape and your hands are in line with your shoulders, but outside of your mat. Okay, so really press your pelvis in, roll your thighs inward so that you can even feel your lower back open up here. And then push into your hands and come up into a wide, low cobra. You don't have to come up very high here, but think about bringing your shoulders down from your ears as you do this. And then we're going to look over our right shoulder. So you're going to bring your left shoulder in as you twist your body to look over your right shoulder. And then come back to center and then bring your right shoulder forward as you twist your body to look over your left shoulder. And then come back to center, come all the way down. And rest your head on your forearms for a moment. And now from here, lift your head slightly, but don't keep your neck up. Just keep your head in line with your spine. And then push down into your forearms and push up in the back between your shoulders. Just push your back up so that you can feel, this is like a humpback whale. This is a humpback whale. So you're pushing your shoulder blades away from each other as you're lifting your spine in a C shape or a very mild curve up toward the ceiling. And then come all the way back forward, forearms in front, bring your shoulders down from your ears, your neck is long. And we'll do that once again. It's a very mild or very small movement in the spine, but yet it's very effective. So push up, tuck the chin, bring your middle of your back up toward the ceiling. And then slowly bring your chest forward and lift your neck long. All right. Bring your arms by your sides, please. Palms facing up. You can rest your head on the mat. I'm going to lift mine a little bit so I can talk better. But if you are lifting your head, make sure it stays in line with your spine. Keep your feet wider than your hips, just like you did in the Cobra. Push the thighs and pelvis into the mat. Roll the thighs inward and lift your hands off the mat about 2 to 3 inches, and your chest comes off the mat and your head comes up as you push your fingertips away, feeling your shoulders being pulled away from your ears. So now you're flexing the T3 to 5 area between your shoulder blades here. And then come all the way back down, rest your head back down. And now we'll pick up our legs. Push into your pelvis. Keep your pelvis and your hip bones on the mat as you pick up your legs behind you, and stretch your feet to the back of your mat. Keep that slight inward rotation of your thighs, and then come all the way back down. And now we'll do both upper and lower. So we're going to lift our head and chest. Our fingers are coming off the mat 3 or 4 inches. Push your fingertips away. Lift your legs off the mat. Push your pelvis into the mat. Push your feet toward the back of your mat. You're pulling your shoulders away from your ears as you breathe. Breathe. And you feel you're elongating your legs. It feels like your legs are stretching long. And then come all the way back down. Bring your arms in front once more into crocodile arms. Rest your head for a moment. And then take your hands underneath your shoulders, please, and push back to table. And then come up onto your knees. And step your right foot up. Have blocks handy here in case you want to use them. So from where you just are with your right foot forward, walk that right foot up maybe another 6 inches or so, and then re-bend that right knee so that you're stretching the left quadricep back. Now, if that's too much for your left knee, then back off, or I'm hoping you're patting your knees appropriately to keep them happy. All right, so from here, I'm gonna bring our arms forward, palms together, inhale. Bring them up overhead, palms together. Lean back. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, bring your arms open, chest up. And as you open your arms, feel your shoulder blades come down your back. Feel the flexion in your spine. And then inhale, arms forward together. And exhale, now we're going to curl our spine forward, reaching forward, tuck our chin, pull your shoulders toward your hands as you tuck your left toes under and lift your left knee off the mat. So now you're flexing your spine again. So your tailbone is pointed down, your chin is pointing down, your head is pointing down. If it's unstable lifting your knee, you can keep your knee down. But this is another curvature of the spine. And then put the knee down if you've lifted it, and then very slowly come back up into Anjani Asana. And then bring your hands down. Come back to both knees. from here, we're Urdhva Hastasana, inhale, exhale, right hand on the hip, lean to the left. Inhale, pull up, bring the left hand down, the right arm up, and then lean over to the left. And then bring that hand back down to your hips, and now step the left foot forward. So this particular Anjaneyasana series, we're going from a flexion of the spine to a curvature. So we're moving our spine back and forth from a flexion to extension. Walk the foot up a little bit more so that you can rebend the knee, put some stretch into the right quadricep. And then bring your arms up overhead, palms together, inhale. Lean backwards. Now bring your shoulders down on your back. Feel like you're pushing your shoulder blades down your back. Push your tailbone down also so you don't overarch your lower back. And then take a breath in as you open your arms, chest up. Feel those shoulder blades go even further down your back now. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Bring your arms forward. Now you're going to curl your spine, round your spine, tuck your chin, and tuck your toes on the right leg, and maybe lift your knee off the mat. Keep your spine curving. Feel your shoulder blades separate on your back here. And then the knee comes back down. Slowly rise back up into Anjaneyasana. Inhale, exhale, hands come down. Keep that leg forward. And we're going to stand up by shifting our weight and bringing the back foot up. Good. So standing in Tadasana, think about that nice straight spine, head on top of the shoulders. This is an active rest. We haven't done much to rest yet, but this is still an active rest. Head over the shoulders, belly in, chest forward, thighs rotated in slightly. And breathe. Shoulders down from your ears. So now we're going to flex and extend our spine in Tadasana. So take a deep breath. And then exhale, you're going to tuck your chin, roll your back backwards, bring your hands onto your thighs, and just feel your vertebra open up all the way up the back. And now bring your head up, chest forward, hands to your lower back, and open your shoulders and chest up. Keep control of your head, so that your head is in line with the spine. And then very slowly back to center, and then curl forward once again. Hands can come on, you can bend your knees if you like, hands come onto your thighs, tuck the tailbone under, tuck the chin, really concentrate on that upper back area. Feel what your vertebrae are doing. And then inhale as you come back upright. Hands go behind you. Hold your lower back as you open your chest up. So your hands on your lumbar here prevent you from using your lumbar. We're trying to just use the thoracic spine. The 12 vertebrae that makes up the thoracic spine. And then come back to center. Return to Tadasana. Reestablish your neutral spine. Make sure that your head's right on top of the shoulders, your chin's not jutting forward. Make sure you're keeping your belly in, shoulders down from the ears, active rest. Okay, so our balance today, we're going to do two balances, one with a flexion and one with the extension of the spine. I'm going to hop off my mat here so I can have better balance. So let's first start with bringing our right leg up. So the first one is going to be a flexion of the spine. We're going to curl our spine. You're going to bring your right leg up, focus on something down and in front so that you can tuck your chin and bring that knee into your chest as tight as you can go and curl the spine. Curl the spine, curl the spine. And then slowly let go, come back upright. And now we're gonna bring the same leg up, grab the ankle and bring the foot behind. The heel goes into your bottom. And this is the flamingo. So we went from a stork to a flamingo. Push the knee down, keep your knees together. Open the chest forward. So we'll think about your upper back here, chest forward. And then release. And then we'll do the stork on the other side. Get your focus and take a deep breath before you curl. So you exhale as you curl your spine into lifting your knee, bringing the knee into the chest. Separate your shoulder blades. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. And then slowly release. Come back up. And now we'll do the flamingo with the left foot, grabbing it behind, bringing the heel into your bottom. You can extend your right arm up if you like. Keep your knees close together. Chest forward. Good. Good, good, good. And then release. Shake everything out. And come on back to the mat. Swinging chair and turtle hugs. We've done swinging chair together. I'm just going to add a turtle hug to this, so you'll know what I'm talking about. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, palms facing each other. Exhale, come into your chair pose, tailbone down. Inhale here. Exhale, you're going to swing your arms down behind you and have your fingers point to the ceiling. Your knees are bent and your belly can rest on your thighs here. Now, keep your belly on your thighs and your knees bent. Bring your arms down in front of you. Hug your elbows. And then bring your forearms toward your shins. Tuck your chin and push your shoulder blades away from each other. Now, see if you can move your forearms to behind your legs and grab your elbows behind your knees. Keep that spine curled, flexed. And then let go of your elbows. Bring your arms in front, back to chair. So in chair, you have a neutral spine. And then inhale, come all the way up to your tiptoes, Urdhva Hastasana. And then bring your heels back down, bring your hands to Namaste. Take a couple of breaths here. Okay, we'll do that sequence again now that you know what the turtle hugs look like. Inhale up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, come to your chair pose. Take a couple of breaths here. Really think about firming up your thighs here, tailbones down, so that you're not sticking your butt out too far back. Keep your neck soft, shoulders down from the ears. Take a deep breath. Exhale, swing your arms down behind, bring your belly down to your thighs, fingertips pointing to the ceiling. Now, as you do this, feel what your shoulder blades are doing. They're coming together. You should feel your shoulder blades squeeze together on your back. Now let your arms drop down, hug elbows in front, tuck your chin and bring your forearms close to your shins. And now release your elbows and bring your arms behind your knees and hug your elbows this way, behind your legs. All the time thinking about your forehead going toward your knees, tailbone down, curling the spine. And then release your arms, bring them forward, back up through chair. And then all the way up, Ardha Hastasana, come onto your tippy toes, really stretch those calf muscles or engage those calf muscles. A couple of breaths here. And then the heels come down and then the arms come back down to Tadasana. Reestablish your nice, straight, long spine. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate for you what we're going to do next, because this is something that we haven't done in a long time. Maybe you've never done. It's called a hump dog. So we're going to come down and do a downward facing dog, which everybody knows what that is, right? This downward dog. So the normal downward dog is really sticking your tail up in the air. And remember I say, squeeze your forearms together so that the eye of the elbow comes forward in your downward facing dog. Okay, so we're going to start with a downward facing dog, but then we're going to go into a hump back dog. So now you no longer want your eye of the elbow forward. You're going to curl it back as you lift the middle of your back toward the ceiling, tucking your chin, and then pushing your tailbone down, bending your knees as much as you need to. And then you're going to come back to your regular downward dog. And then you come down to your upward dog. You can put your knees down if you want. So I'll talk you all through that. So from standing, inhale up, exhale, bend your knees forward, fold all the way down. Step your feet back to your downward facing dog. So in downward dog, squeeze the forearms together so the eye of the elbow comes forward. Push your fingers into the mat, bend your knees, and you have a nice long extended spine right now. Now, think about lifting the area between your shoulder blades up as you tuck your chin and tuck your tailbone. So you're in a humpback dog now. Keep your fingers slightly bent so that you have weight in your knuckles. And now come back to your regular downward dog by sticking your tailbone up instead of down, rotating the eye of the elbow forward. And then come to the upward dog. You can put your knees down here or not. In an upward dog, your chest is between your arms. You're pushing your shoulders down from your ears, chest forward. And then knees come to the mat. Sit all the way back to child pose. And please rest your head on something, the third eye on something. Now, child pose is a big spinal extension as well. Or actually, excuse me, it's a spinal flexion. Flexion because your spine is curving upward. All right, then please push up and come seated. With your legs extended. Now this will work better. What we're about to do is this will work better if you're not on your bolster. It can work on your bolster, but if you think you can, now that we're warmed up quite a bit, your spine is warmed up, see if you can sit in the Dandasana pose with the knees up, feet up, and tilt your pelvis forward into staff pose, Dandasana. Hands lightly down beside your hips, shoulders down from your ear, chest forward. Okay, bend to your right knee, place your right foot on the outside of your left leg. Keep that spine nice and long. Left arm hugs the right knee, and we're going to inhale, right arm forward, exhale, twist, plant the hand behind you as you twist. So this is Ardha Matsyendrasana. Think about keeping your shoulders down from your ears. Thinking about not allowing your lower back to buckle. So now here's the part that I said would work better off the bolster. We're going to come back forward slowly. Take our hands behind us, bend the left knee, keep the right ankle on the thigh into our seated pigeon. And then your left hand's going to walk behind you so you can put weight on it. And then take your right hand, grab the foot, and rest your forearm on your shin as you keep turning your torso to the left. And then slowly come back around, let go of your foot, straighten your leg, and then uncross the legs. So you have a little more stability when you're doing that backward twist when you're on the mat versus a bolster. Return to Dandasana, shoulders down. Tilt the pelvis forward. Bend your knees, walk your hands back, fingers point toward your feet, and we're going to come up into a reverse table. So you're going to lift your hips and shoot your bottom toward your feet as your chest comes up toward the ceiling and your shoulder blades come together on your back. Breathe. And then very slowly, bring your bottom down. Straighten the legs back to Dandasana, staff pose. Good. Okay. Tilt the pelvis forward, get your neutral spine, bend the left knee, bring it to the outside of the right leg. Right arm hugs in. Keep that spine long. Inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, twist. Try to keep your shoulders down from your ears and your neck relaxed. Your extended leg, foot is pointed up. Take a deep breath and slowly bring your head, your chest around. Now you're going to lean back onto your hands, bend your right leg this time. Keep your left ankle on the thigh. And then lean back, take your right hand way behind you. Left arm rests on the shin as you grab your foot. And then use that as leverage to continue twisting to the right. Now, as you're twisting, you're still trying to push your upper knee away, your left knee away for the hip opener. Take a deep breath and then slowly release your foot. Come back around, uncross the leg, return to Dandasana, staff pose. And lean back onto your hands, fingers pointing toward your feet, bend the knees, and one more reverse table. Push into your hands and feet as you bring your bottom up, chest to the ceiling. Keep control of your head, don't allow it to fling back uncontrollably. Keep pushing your pelvis up, up, up. Feel your shoulders come together. And then come all the way back down slowly. Return to Dandasana, staff pose. Bring the shoulders down from the ears. Okay, now keeping that pelvis tilting forward, take your hands and just walk down your legs. Bring your chest toward your legs. So if you want to use a belt here around your feet, you can, but you don't even have to touch your feet. Just touch whatever part of your legs that you can, and just come down as far as you can, keeping your spine nice and long. Make sure your knees don't lock out here. Make sure that you're not hunching your back. Here you want a long back, long spine, shoulders down from your ears, and those shoulder blades are coming down your back. So this is big stretch to the hamstrings. Our hamstrings are quite warm right now from all the movement we've been doing, so this should be a nice stretch for you. And then slowly come back up, back to Dandasana. Put your right hand by your right hip, left arm comes up beside the ear. We're going to lean over to the right. Make sure that that sit bone doesn't come up. The left sit bone stays down and that your shoulders are back and your torso is vertical. Feet flexed. Inhale, pull back up. Exhale, arm comes down. Inhale, right arm up. Left hand beside the hip. We're going to lean to the left. Pushing down on our right sit bone. Keeping our shoulder up and back. Feet flexed. And then pull back up. And then hands come down. Inhale, open arms in a T. Exhale, twist your torso to the left. Now try to keep your arms up and parallel to the ground as you twist. Your left hip will come forward a little bit as you twist here. Keep your feet flexed and keep your shoulders down from your ears and breathe. So you're using your abdominal muscles to twist here. One breath in and exhale, come forward. Hands return down by your spine. Reestablish that neutral lower back by tilting the pelvis forward. Sometimes we get out of alignment when we twist. So return our alignment to neutral. Inhale, open arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the left. Keep your arms parallel. So now your right hip is going to come forward a little bit. Move your chest as far as you can to the left. And think about keeping that spine long. Engage your belly muscles for the twist. Inhale. Exhale, slowly come forward and arms come back down. Back to Dandasana, staff pose. Okay. Please come onto your backs, grab your belt. And bend your knees. Have your belt handy. So one more flexion of the spine, which is also going to be some abdominal work here. So take your lower back, push it into the mat as you lift your legs up in a V. All right. So now we're going to curl up our shoulders and our head and reach for our toes. Tuck your chin, push your lower back into the mat as you reach for your toes, tuck in your chin. You don't have to touch the toes, but if you can, that's good. So you're flexing your spine and you're really engaging your core muscles by pushing your lower back into the mat. And then very slowly curl back, keep your legs up, but as you curl back down, bring your arms down for a moment. Release your back now. So you put a little arch in your back while your legs are still in the air. Just put that arch back into your back. And again, this is a hamstring stretch, just keeping your legs up like this, but we're nice and warmed up now, so it should feel good. And we'll go one more time into our low boat crunch. So bring your hands towards your feet, tuck your chin, curl your spine up, maybe grab your feet, grab your ankles, or grab nothing. Really push the back into the mat, flexing the spine and engaging all your abdominal muscles, and then very slowly curl your head and shoulders back down. Bring your feet back down. Release your back by putting this neutral lumbar into your back. Now grab your belt. Bend your knees towards your chest and put the belt around the balls of your feet. And then allow your feet to, your legs to straighten and the soles of your feet to face the ceiling. All right, so now this is a reclined staff pose. So we just did this seated. So your body's in an L shape, like we did seated. You want to tilt your pelvis forward so you have a little bit of a lumbar curve. So your lower back is not pushed into the mat right now. And then you're using the belt as leverage just to keep your legs up. And as we did when we were seated and folded forward, we're going to see if we can try to pull our legs up toward our head a little more, as if we were folding forward seated. And now your lower back will lift off the mat if your legs come up far enough towards your head. Okay, bring your feet back up to vertical. Take the ends of your belt and separate your feet on the belt as wide as you can go, maybe even to the edges of the belt. And then pull the belt towards your head as you bring your legs towards your head. Now this we can do seated also. We didn't do it today, but this is, if we were seated, we'd be folding forward and trying to bring our chest to the floor between our legs. It's easier to keep your back straight when you're reclined like this. Now, depending on how far your legs come towards your head, your lower back may or may not lift off the mat. If your legs don't come very far forward, if they stay vertical, then you should have a little arch in your lower back. So if you're at 90 degrees, you have a neutral spine, but as you get more acute in the angle between your chest and your legs, you're going to lift your lower back and have a little bit of roundness to it. And then slowly bring your feet back up, bend the knees. Keep your right leg bent, extend your left foot up. Take the belt into your left hand or right hand, it doesn't matter at this point, because we're going to just now bring the left foot toward our head and lengthen the right leg long on the mat. And when you do so, your lumbar curve should be there. Keep the left hip pointing down to the bottom of your mat. Take now the belt into your left hand as you open. You lay out to the side. Rotate your toes, your foot so that your toes are pointing down. And make sure you keep that right hip down. Don't allow it to come off the mat here. Slowly bring the belt back to center. Reestablish your lumbar neutrality. Take the belt into your left hand. Take your right hand, put the belt in your right hand and take your left hand into the hip crease. And then bring your foot across the midline to the right of center. Keep the foot flexed and keep that hip down. So you're using your hand to actively push your hip down so it doesn't pop off the mat. And you still should have a neutral lumbar curve here. The way your body escapes these kinds of stretches is to cock up that hip towards your shoulders. And then you lose your curvature in your back that way. Okay, come back to center. Like I said before, it doesn't take much movement to cross over the midline. Feel that stretch. Bend your knee, take the belt off of that foot. Now put it onto your right foot. Bend both knees to start. Extend the right leg up. Put that curvature in your lumbar and then extend the left leg long on the mat. Keep your right hip from coming up. Make sure your right rib cage is the same length as your left rib cage is. Your torso is nice and long, lumbar curve in your lower back. Take the belt into your right hand now, and then open the foot to the side. Take your left hand and really push down on that left hip to keep it from popping up. Cup your foot so that your toes are slightly pointing down. So the inside of your leg, the muscles there are called your adductor, ADD, adductor muscles. And that's what you're feeling now. And then come back to center. Keep the foot flexed. Put the belt into the left hand. Take your right hand and push your thumb into the hip crease to keep it down. And then bring the foot across the midline. And it only takes a couple of inches to feel this if you're doing it right. Keep the lower back neutral, a little bit of space in your lumbar region. Both rib cages are equally long. And then back to center, bend the knee, remove the belt. Bend both knees, hug the knees into the chest, roll onto your spine. Bring your feet to the mat, grab a block. Lift your hips and let your sacrum rest on your block. And you can either keep your feet on the mat or allow them to float up into your waterfall pose. Now, while you're in your waterfall pose, or if your feet are on the mat, that's okay too. We're going to do our whiskey breath. So take long, deep, full breaths and have your exhalations be slightly longer than your inhalation. So if you inhale on the count of 8, maybe exhale on a count of 10 or 11. So this is a double relaxation, having your legs up, super relaxing, and the long exhalation with your whiskey breath is relaxing. All has a really positive effect on your nervous system. Take one more long whiskey breath at your own pace. And when you've completed that, please bring your feet back to the mat. Remove your block and take your time getting into Shavasana, your final relaxation. Focus on your breath as you relax. Slow down your breathing. Take a body scan. Release any tension. And today's poetry is by Mary Oliver, called In Blackwater Woods. In Blackwater Woods. Look, the trees are turning their own bodies into pillars of light and giving off the rich fragrance of cinnamon and fulfillment. The long tapers of cattails are bursting and floating away over the blue shoulders of the ponds. And every pond, no matter what its name is nameless now. Every year, everything I have ever learned in my lifetime leads back to this. The fires and the black river of loss, whose other side is salvation, whose meaning none of us will ever know. To live in this world, you must be able to do three things: to love what is mortal, to hold it against your bones, knowing your own life depends on it, and when the time comes to let go, to let it go. Please enjoy a few moments of inner bliss and solitude. Please bring your awareness back to your breath and deepen your breathing as you slowly wake up your body, making gentle, small movements. And then please bend your knees toward your chest and roll onto your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. And in doing so, you're sealing off the masculine, hot, bright, energetic side of your body, and you're exposing the cool, feminine, dark side of your body, calm, collected. And that calmness will carry you for the rest of your day. Please very slowly push up to seated. And please join me with the closing chant. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Victory to the Cat Rock Yoga class and to the inner teacher. Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki Jai. Knuckles to my forehead, honors God. Knuckles to my chin, honors you. Knuckles to my heart, honors myself. Namaste. And Jai Yogis.